If you have ever played Mech Arena and used your mech and weapon builds that you just made and then tested them out and thought your builds just aren't very good but you don't know what other builds would work better, then this video is for you. In this video, I'll be showing you what the best mech and weapon combos are for each tier in the Gear Hub, so stick around until the end to find out the best builds in Mech Arena. In the very first tier in the Gear Hub, we have Paragon with RPG 4s and Lancer with RPG 2s. The reason why these are the best combos for the first tier in the Gear Hub is because Paragon and Lancer are the only mechs in tier 1, and the RPGs are the best weapons with the highest damage per second, and they have a very fast reload time. Next, we have tier 2, which unlocks a lot more mechs and weapons. And the first build that we have for tier 2 is Slingshot with the Javelin 4s. This is the best combo because the Javelin 4s can just shred through a lot of mechs in this tier, and Slingshot has an ability where you can just dash out of danger if you need to, or you can dash closer to your enemy if you aren't in range. Next, we have Puma and Shotgun 8 and 4. The reason why these two are a great combo is because of Puma's ability. Puma's ability deploys a wall, and if you walk between that wall, then you can get right up in your enemy's face and then destroy them with the Shotgun 8s and 4s, which do a lot of damage. Next, we have Paragon with the Long Arm 8s. This is a great combo for this tier because Paragon is a very fragile mech and he doesn't have a lot of health, so he's going to want to stay far away from the battle, which work great with long arms because long arms are snipers. Before we go on, I would like to announce the winner of this week's competition, and that winner is Artinity512. Congratulations, Artinity512, you won with a total of 12 likes. That is a lot. Okay, this is actually pretty crazy. Artinity, you have won, I believe, 3 times in a row so far. So in order to give everyone else a chance, I'm gonna have to either ban you for one competition, or you can just let everyone else have a chance in the next competition by not commenting or like entering it in the competition, because you are actually on a roll right now. 12 likes. I'm beginning to think that you have a bunch of accounts that are going to this video and just liking it. I will also make a post about this in the community tab, and since one competition has ended, another one will start. This week's competition question is, what is your favorite mech and weapon combo? The rules are on the screen, and good luck to everyone who enters the competition. Alright, let's get back to the video. Next up, we have tier 3 in the Gear Hub, which gives you a lot more weapons and a lot more mechs as well. And with those new mechs and weapons, we have one of the best combos for this tier, Ares with Cryo Launcher 6s. The reason why this is a great combo is because Ares is a tank and Ares' ability is a shield. So you can stay far away out in the open shooting those cryo launchers, or you can be up close right in your enemy's face shooting the cryo launchers. And the cryo launchers do a lot of damage, but they do take a second to fire. And that is why Ares' shield is so useful for this mech and weapon combo. Next, we have Puma with Quantum Gun 6s. This is a great combo because of Puma's ability. Puma's ability is a wall, as I mentioned earlier, and with that wall, you can stay out in the open from further back without getting shot, while using the Quantum Gun 6s, which are snipers. But you can shoot them from close up or from far away. Next, we have Guardian with Fragment Gun 6s. This is a great combo because Guardian's ability is called the System Crash, and what it does is makes your enemy's weapons reload and puts your ability on cooldown, but his ability only has a range of 30 meters, so you have to be pretty close to use it, and you also have to be pretty close to use the Fragment Gun 6s, which still work great with Guardian even though he's a very slow mech. And last but not least, for tier 3, we have Paragon with the Long Arm 8s. As I mentioned before, Paragon is great for Long Arm 8s because Paragon doesn't have a lot of health, and long arms have to be shot from far away in order to be useful, and since Paragon doesn't have very much health, you should just stay back far away from the enemies. Next, we have tier 4, which is one of the best tiers in Gear Hub, and this is because you get introduced to one of the best weapons in Mech Arena, the Storm Rex, and you get the Helix Rex and Particle Beams. So one of the best combos to use in this tier is Stalker with Quantum Gun 6s for CPC and Storm Rex 6s for 2v2s. And the reason why I have Quantum Gun 6s for CPC and Storm Rex for 2v2 is because CPC is a larger map, which works better with Quantum Gun 6s, and 2v2 maps are a lot smaller than CPC maps, so you can use the Storm Rex 6s. And with Stalker Walker's ability, you get a 50% damage buff for those weapons, which makes them even more overpowered. Next, we have Ares with the Particle Beam 6s. This is a great combo because Ares is a shield. Since the Particle Beams needed to charge up in order to use its blast ability, Ares' shield can take all of the damage from your enemy while the Particle Beam charges up its blast. Next, we have Arachnos with Helix Rock 8s. This is a great mech and weapon combo because Arachnos is very slow and it has very little health, so you're going to want to stay back away from your enemies hiding behind something, and with that, you get the Helix Racks. Helix Racks do a lot of damage, and you can be behind something and still shoot your enemy with them, and you don't even have to be close up to your enemy. Next, we have Guardian with Quantum Gun 8s for CPC and Fragment Gun 8s for 2v2. Since Guardian is a very slow mech, you want to use him with a weapon that you don't have to chase down your enemy in order for them to be useful. And with that, I introduce you the Quantum Gun 8s, which are just like the Quantum Gun 6s, but they're a lot more powerful. And for CPC, the Fragment Gun 8s still work very well with Guardian, even though he is a slow mech, but the 2v2 maps aren't as big as the CPC map, so you can still use close quarters weapons on Guardian. And last but not least, for the tier 4, we have Puma with the Missile Rack 6s if you already have the 5th mech slot, which I don't recommend you get until the tier 5. But if you do have the 5th mech slot, then I recommend you put Puma with Missile Rack 6s or Ember Gun 8s. Both are great choices. And next, we have the best mech and weapon combos for intermediate players. If you would like to find out what those are, then click this video right here, and I'll see you there.